Hello everyone, I am Krishna Ghute, a data science student. Today I came with a totally new project, which is a three-lane highway car racing game, and it I made it with the C++ backend and web technology as front end. So it require a totally new approach because we need to continuously render frames and we need to establish a continuous communication between connection between front end and back end. Let me show you. Previously, I had made this simple, sorry, a truck dealership project which having a C++ backend. We can see here, this is my index page, front page, and this was my first project. If if I want to fetch information, it's just taking information from the C++ backend. But for making the game, I need to first develop a basic approach. Like this was my first basic prototype to develop that big project. Let me show you it on VS Code. Uh, as I had mentioned previously also, JSON is a basic file. JSON is a basic language to communicate between two or more languages. So you can see here, I had used here index. Here are C++ files. These are C++ files to uh, for the gaming engine and rendering the frames and mathematical calculations. This is index, which is showing all the game on the front side of the website. This is JavaScript to communicate between HTML and C++, and also JSON. And JSON is mediator language. So if I go and start the servers, then you can see here uh, this was started. As I mentioned that it was a basic project. So basic prototype. So you can see here there is no car at this time. Uh, but you can see here uh, the this website is trying to connect with the backend. So for this I need to initiate my backend server. So I am using here min server. I had created to file to start the server. Let me start the server. First, we need to use cd command to insert the path directory in the in that what we can say it. Just insert that path directory. We can see here in the yellow color that path directory is inserted. Then I need to start the server with the basic C++ file. Like we can see here server1.cpp. This was my cpp file which is started rendering from here, and this is server.exe file which is starting the server. So as I go here and start my server, okay, now connection is established, and we can see here now message sent and frames reserved. Means my website is sending message to the backend. Like we can see here, we started our server, then frames are started to generating. Like if I send a message, let me take on a dual screen. Like here messages are receiving. If I press throttle, we can see here 1, and we can see here a change of 0 and 1 in the throttle. Likewise, I had developed my basic prototype which is just receiving and sending frames from backend to front end. So this was not enough uh, to make a new project, because as an engineer, most of the times we need to build project again from scratch. So again I have to develop a project from the scratch. So I did that thing. I again rebuilded project with few different approaches. Like previously I don't have uh, like I had used http lib.h instead of crow, but I had no file to render graphics. So here I used that arial.ttf file for the rendering graphics. I surfed internet and get a logic that arial.ttf, or there are few basic libraries which we can use to render graphics. And also I am using that http in the highway racing.cpp. We can see here for the graphics, all these modules are imported from both these libraries, sorry, both these files, http and arial.ttf. Okay, then all other we know about the JSON, JavaScript, index. All these files are making a perfect game. And if I start these servers, then the game started rendering and processing. Okay, first I need to, yeah, we can see here. We can see after 10 seconds, game traffic started spawning. So now, yeah, now start traffic started spawning, and I had developed physics logic such that if speed is low, then car then traffic comes more, and if I give a boost, then on the higher speeds traffic get reduced, because while running cars we don't want much traffic, or on that higher speeds accidents will be higher. So player maybe get bored, so as I decrease my speed, traffic will come more. And for the booster, because with booster it can go up to 240 km per hour, and without booster it can reach only once 130 120 km per hour. We can see there slowly it going 120 124 5. Likewise speed is going, and booster take uh, approximately 20 seconds to recharge and keep till 30 seconds after pressing the boost. Okay, this was my basic logic to develop that game. Uh, Previously, I had talked about my blueprint for developing CPP websites. Let me show you. This was my blueprints. One is for XAMPP server and one is for PHP. So total approach was same to develop this game, but only one file like http one more file, and we have to add that arial.ttf. This approach is totally new for me and for everyone, because I surfed internet, saw a lot of videos, but there was no uh, more informations about CPP backend and web technology frontend on the internet. Uh, Same was likewise previously I had developed truck website, so there also I had to develop a new approach. So what are my basic understanding and learnings? As an engineer, we need to develop uh, path. We need to develop more new paths to find the solution of that problem. And I had some basic ideas in my mind, like JSON is a basic mediator between it. I had NCC subject, which is basic for hacking, in the third semester. So I use wisdom of that subject here also to connect ports. Like we can see in the JSONs, these all are the ports, file directories, and all this stuff we need to take from backend and take here to connect all the files, make the proper paths, give the proper empty ports to run. Because if I run my that basic prototype, and then I try to start this car game, then it this car game will not work, because both are working on I think 880 or 5500 port. Let me see. Okay, likewise means basically both projects are working on same port. So if one project take that port, then another project can't take that port. So basically we need basic understanding of NCC like subjects, NCC like subjects, JavaScript, and the JSON, because JSON is a mediator. We know that. And for the final touches, I had used this CSS also, and this sh.bash, these are the languages for the computer system. Likewise, this code is yeah, I had taken it from AI with the help of ChatGPT and Google, uh, because I don't have that much understanding of basic system, but I developed basic understanding for the project. And this all code is for the communication between servers and the backend system. Like my basic, I am working on my laptop, so my servers are working on this laptop, and I am using the soft system of that laptop. But if we go on broader space, like in the companies which who renders game on large levels, they have their own servers, they create their own servers, and they just give you some uh, basic files to display that game on your PC. They play with that. They take all your messages from your device. They take their on server. That server process all the your messages and then send frame to your device. So it is a basic level project for the game, and this is all about this game. Let me restart this game, and I tell you some basic features of this game. Like it will automatically start, means traffic will start come after 10 seconds. It can on the normal speed it can go from 120 to 160. From the For the higher speeds with the boost, it can go up to 240 kilometers. We can control it with joystick from laptop, and yeah, it gradually increases its level and distance. From here we can see here, and this is all about this game. I had tried to simulate, I had tried to simulate it with the F1 racing picture, who was developed by Brad Pitt, which tell about the flow state. Like or normally it is going traffic coming, there was not that much distraction, but there are lot of distraction. But as we go in the flow state, there are very few restrictions. We just glide in the flow state. It is also my working philosophy, and also short philosophy in the F1. Like on the higher speed there is no single, means there is very low traffic. So basically it give dopamine hit for running on higher speed, and after 30 seconds it break your that dopamine rush. So again for 20 seconds you get bored, and again after 30 seconds you get that rush. This was my basic uh, thought behind developing this game, and this is all about my game. Thank you.